ninth largest area in the world. A symbiosis of East and West. A country of great opportunities, bright impressions, everything you wanted to know about Kazakhstan, important notes, useful routes. In the program, Routes and Notes. Western Kazakhstan, Mangystau region. How much is hidden in this name? Of course, first of all, the hidden beauty is the sea that this place was blessed with. This is something elusive, subtle and unique. Mangystau is a popular place for those who appreciate the rare natural landscapes, those looking for drive, adventure and adrenaline, those who use the finest in their work, the creative people, domestic and international photographers, documentary filmmakers and clip makers. And Mangystau is a special place for those who feel the distinction between a routinely thing and highly spiritual. Mangystau is the #1 area in Kazakhstan, according to the number of different holiest sites, including those that are not just relics, but also very interesting attractions themselves. In general, this region safely and correctly referred to as an open-air museum. There are tens of thousands of monuments of history and thousands of rock poems, pictures, there are hundreds of places of worship, and dozens of unique mosques. In ancient times, the Great Silk Road passed through Mangystau land. Along the way there were caravanserais, home hunters, artisans, and ranchers, and the fortress. Today, almost nothing left from them, but it is not the point. The bottom line is that you will never find yourself bored in Mangystau. Astana Aktau. Distance 1,730 kilometers. Airline tickets about $60. Mangystau region is located at the junction of the vast desert and the world's only inland sea, the Caspian Sea. And the desert lies below the sea level. Here you will find one of the deepest pits in the world, Karagiye. The desert zone initially may be misleading. It seems that you walk through the godforsaken, mercilessly penetrated, razor-wind place where to meet at least some decent plant is a rare stroke of luck. Because the salt of the earth mercilessly destroys the foliage, there is probably no place on the planet where living would not fight for their rights. So these lovely poppies in Mangystau, or the steppe weeds, are being true heroes. Their lives is really a victory. Another thing, fauna. It is much more diverse and has Red Book status. In the summer of 2015, there was even a case when a man saw a leopard, a very rare cat and very witty. It pretended to be dead, and when people approached it, it decided to bite them hard. And so unfortunately, this meeting was the last for a cat's life. The place of Mangystau has a harsh climate. Here the wind penetrates into the very essence of oneself. It is very cold in winter and mercilessly hot in summer. And so for the first tip, come here in the spring. It is in spring you understand very clearly why Mangystau is forgiven for its harsh temper. Just to make sure you won't be frightened by our tales of Mangystau, we must say, the flow of tourists here is simply endless. Amazing charm of Mangystau attracts travelers here already in April and May. Note that we are referring to those tourists who come here for the call of the soul, not the business trip goers. But there are also lots of business travelers, which is quite natural considering how many companies working in the region, the vast advantages, oil and gas companies. But let's not talk about these busy people and those who probably do not know how to enjoy the natural beauty of the environment. Harsh and yet fascinating landscape of Mangystau. That's what attracts fans of extreme driving from all over Kazakhstan and abroad. Shifting sand dunes, devouring wheels, and sending the car with the hood down slopes. Rock and enticing its inaccessibility and beauty areas. Cut the air along the surf line. At the very edge of turquoise waters, it is insane and unbelievable paradise for drivers of jeeps, ATVs, and the like transport. In Mangystau, all Kazakhstani rallies held. There are big and small accidents, all of them are satisfying and filled with emotions, without exception. And absolutely everyone knows exactly that they will come back here again and again. Looking forward to the opening of the season. Mangystau region is one of the few places where you can find a huge amount of limestone. It is harvested here at the industrial level. From this pink and tender mass, nature has built the whole canyon that the sun turns into a masterpiece landscapes etched in our memory for a lifetime. Kokina literally lined the bottom of all of Mangystau region of the Caspian Sea. Yes, a large number of limestone, evidence of the proximity of the sea. And you know, looking at only not the accumulation of limestone, but also its smooth forms of local scenic rocks. Involuntarily, you begin to suspect that almost all Mangystau once upon a time was a seabed. Oh, and by the way, scientists have long confirmed this idea. Many millions of years ago, as a result of natural disasters, a land that is called Usturt Plateau today rose from the depths of the sea. In fact, thereby pushing the blue depths far away and drained vast territories. Until now, the Usturt Plateau kept distinct traces of distant past, the bottom of the great and mighty Tethys Ocean. Frankly, thinking about it makes you realize that even the seemingly powerful and eternal things are actually not permanent, and you yourself just a grain of sand in the stream of life. Thoughts, of course, are sad, but they are strong impressions. Meanwhile, we continue our journey through the Mangystau. There is another natural oddity, the Valley of Balls. Imagine long plain kilometers on which peas rounded like boulders are scattered. Location? When? Why is that? These questions immediately arise in any more or less curious individual. Unfortunately, this curiosity is still not satisfied. Scientists broke their clever heads for 2.5 centuries, deeper plunging into speculation, but never having a consensus. So far, only one thing is clear. These mineral-round formations radiate a peculiar energy. And yet, it is a unique attraction of Mangystau region, which you would like to see with your own eyes, and maybe try to find your own answers to many questions about the origin of this natural game. Of course, having been in the Mangystau region, it will be simply a shame if you won't enjoy the local natural wonder. See this mountain bowl, Sherkala. Although not all agree that it resembles an inverted bowl. Someone thinks that the mountain looks like a tent on the one hand and, on the other hand, on hidden beast. Nature has created a Sherkala in the middle of the desert expanses, as if to emphasize its beauty, its grandeur. And of course, such a proud beauty could not be accommodating. It is very difficult to climb, even more difficult to get off. You won't be able to visit the caves. They are inhabited by spirits, a local old-timers say. And historians supplement this information is that on top of the mountain there was once a fortress city. The fortress served as a bastion of stone for many centuries, limiting predatory zeal of foreigners. At the beginning of the 13th century, there was the seat of Sherkala son of Genghis Khan, Joly. Well, today it is a favorite place for tourists and visitors of the province. Of course, the amazing beauty of the mountain Sherkala is one of the shrines of Mangystau. In general, this land is very generously dotted with shrines. More precisely, the last resting place of the saints. According to one version, all of them preached Islam during the life in this region. Devoting the rest of their life after arriving here, they remained here and after death. Statistics confirm that 362 saints buried in the Mangystau land. This is more than anywhere else, even in Kazakhstan. Why it happened is unclear. On the one hand, it is justifiable version that local people, always having a different intractable violent temper, demanded more missionaries. On the other hand, Religious educators made themselves wanted to live here in rough country, where life will be full of all sorts of difficulties and hardships. A sort of suffering in all religions has the uplifting effect. The most revered of all the local saints is Sufi Beketata. Underground mosque of Beketata is a place of mass pilgrimage in the region. And then perhaps it is worth noting that the pilgrims, a separate stream of visitors to the area, the thread that stretches from all over the Republic and CIS countries. Because by definition, a visit to the mosque of Beketata is usually not part of casual general travel. Although if you first learned of the underground mosque of Beketata when he was here, after all decide to visit it. As shown, the place is so permeated with some sublime energy that even misguided wanderer with most sincere humility will give tribute to the holy ancestor. And then he will sincerely wonder how, once he was there, he automatically managed to abandon all worldly unimportant things. We tried it, and we recommend it for implementation. And forgive us, true believers. The Caspian Sea attracts the eye, calming though lively and playful. Of course, that the sea was, is, and will be the hallmark of the Mangystau region, because here in Mangystau, the Caspian Sea is beautiful in a special way. And if you saw the Caspian from its other shores, you will agree with it indefinitely. It was blue, black, white, Hirkan, Khvalynsk, Tabansaransky, Khazar, Abeskunsky, Sarai, Derbentsi. It had countless names, the Caspian Sea, in different times among different people. It is said that there were at least 70 names of the sea. Heart-rending blue, salty, and clear, you fall in love with it forever. So much that you will always take every opportunity to come back, or maybe it is not only in the sea. Mangystau is amazing, literally hypnotizing with its energy and picturesque region. It is beautiful, but at the same time very interesting. What is the charm of this region? This is a question that each of the visitor will answer in his own way. And absolutely no one will doubt that the charm of the region really exists.